Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter, and today we're dealing with this. Now, I've had lots and lots of requests of how do you cut this up, Ceri? Now, before I cut it up, let's just explain, because it may be the first time anyone's actually watching this video. I created this as part of a challenge by one of my subscribers called Daniela, who actually wanted me to create a background focusing on olive green and ice blue. As you can see, it was a challenge I didn't meet well, and subsequently I've actually re-recorded the video and added it. The original video for this, if you look in the description box down there, click the V or the read more, there'll be a link to this video in there. There'll also be a link to the video which is a take two video, which will share how I recreated it and had another go, to be honest with you. But everyone wanted this cut up. They wanted to see how I would cut it up. So we're going to cut it up. So it's not going to be a long video. Okay, now, as you guys always like me to create a template, this is a template. So I will share it with you again afterwards, but do a screenshot now. You can do a screenshot later as well. I'm then going to talk through the dimensions purely because my handwriting can be a little suspect at times. So what I've got here is I've got a postcard, which is 5 3/4 inches, which is 146 millimeters. This here is 4 2/16 inches or 105 millimeters. This is the same dimension as that one. This dimension here is 2.5 inches, which is 63 millimeters, by 3.5 inches, which is 89 millimeters. And that's repeated here, and that gives me the two artist trading cards or ATCs. Here I've cut 3 tags. This is a 6 inch, so I've divided that in half, so it's 6 inches, and this is 2 inches wide or 50 millimeters, 2 inches wide or 50 millimeters. The remainder was 2 1/4 inches, which is 57 millimeters. So those are going to become tags. Moving to the upper half, I have once again another of those longer tags, which is 6 inches by 2 1/4 or 57 millimeters. And then I managed to get 2 journal cards out of this as well. They're 4 inches across by 3 inches, and 4 inches equals 102 millimeters, and 3 inches is 75 millimeters. So there you go. As I said, I'll hold this up for a screenshot at the end, if I remember to hold it up with the screenshot at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting this to one side, and as I cut my pieces, I'm going to then lay them on here. I'm going to do everything face down so that it'll be a reveal or a surprise for all of us, because apparently we all like doing that. Even I like doing that. So I'm not a trimmer person. Well, I'm not a trimmer person yet. I can't say I'm very good with trimmers. I tend to use a guillotine. So bear with me for the slicing noise. It's all part of the world of crafting, and you will get used to it. So first of all, I need to cut a 5 3/4 piece off one end, and this will give me the 2 postcards and the ATCs. So 5 3/4 is there. As I normally make postcards, I've actually got marks on my thing there for the size I make for postcards. So right, that's that way. Then I need to do 4 1/4, is it? Yes, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Oh no, 4 2/16, 4 2/16. 16ths are a bit of a mystery to me. I'm not used to counting them in that. So that's 4 2/16. That's the first postcard. Let's cut the next one, 4 2/16, which is the next postcard. Then this piece here, I'm going to cut it at 3.5 inches. So 3.5 inches, which basically gives me this much. And then I need to cut it at 2.5 and 2.5. And artist trading cards or ACTs, ATCs, that's right, artist trading card ATC, yes, are in my world 2.5 by 3.5 inches. That's just the standard size I believe that they are when I do them. Right, so that's those 2 pieces laying down there. Now, it means I have this little bit of scrap. You can call it a scrap if you want. It's going to go into my scrap box, but you know what? That's just another decorative element. Could easily be used for a snippet cluster or something. So let's take that bit out. So now I have this piece. I need to cut this in half at 6 inches. So let's turn it this way and cut it at 6 inches. Right, if I put this 6-inch one to one side, and I'll just work on this one, which is the other one. So I've got 6 inches. I do have 6 inches, don't I? Yes, I do. So what I'm going to, oh, I cut it. No, that's right, it is 6 inches. So now, according to my plan, I have to cut 2 inches, 2 inches, and then the remainder should be 2 1/4 inches. So coming in, slice it 2 inches, nice narrow tag, fits in little pockets, fits in little tuck spaces. And this is a 2 inches. And if my calculation's right, that means I've got a tag that's 2 1/4. Near enough. Near, actually, no, you know why? Because my 12 by 12 had some messy edges and I trimmed off maybe 1 millimetre all the way around to tidy it up. That explains why that wasn't perfect. Okay, right, we're coming back in now with our other piece. Now, I know that this is a journal card and it's cut this way, but I need to make sure my journal card is 4 inches wide. So if I cut it 4 inches wide, this gives me another one of those tall tags. Now this one should be 6 inches, so if I cut this 3 and 3, this will give me 2 nice little journal cards. Right, let's put the trimmer away because the trimmer needs to go. Let's get a pair of scissors because I'm going to need a pair of scissors. Let's use these. Are a bit, no, actually they're a bit small for what I want. I only have small scissors or enormous scissors. Whichever one I'm using is right for the job I'm doing. Okay, and I've got my little gadget here. This is just a plastic, could be a store card, could be a key card, could be a gift card at Christmas that comes with money on or something. And I've just cut different angles on it. So I use this to actually cut the tops of my tags at. So we're going to be doing that as we go along. Right, so let's see if I can slide this back in without knocking it over. Right, so let's start with the postcard. Let's have a look. Let's have a little reveal. Postcards. Actually, that's not bad. It's chopped off the top of the numbers. But you know what? That's not a finished postcard anyway. I would probably put some other embellishment on it. That's the other half of it. Again, my postcards are not finished at this point. This just becomes a base. Right, an ATC or artist trading card. That's quite cute. I like that on there. Are we in shot? Not quite. There you go. Right, the other artist trading card. Well, that's quite a nice thing. That wouldn't need a lot at all before that was finished. Let's do journal cards. Come here, Mr. Journal Card. Okay, that's interesting. It obviously needs a focal point of some point. I might even stamp it and do like embossing powders on it and give it a metallic feel or something, but that's quite cute. Oh, that was clever. Right, the number was on that one. That's fine. And then we've just got our tags. Right, before I do the tags, sorry, I just need to make sure they're the right way up, which they are. Let's move this to one side. And then I'm going to take my little bit of a gadget. Don't know who invented this idea, but I saw it many years ago and I've been doing it ever since. So see, I can turn that and just turn the card over, match the two edges up, and then snip, and then I end up with nice even tags. So that's the first tag. Don't mind that. I mean, it's a tag at the end of the day. I could put some coffee dye paper down there. I could put some text page, anything like that on there. Flip it over. Now I keep flipping this over because you see I've got all different angles on here depending on the size I'm working with at the time. So that's the second one. Oh, that's nice. That go quite well in a Christmas journal. Right, next one. Actually, I wonder whether I want a really small ends on it. Let's make the corners of these a bit smaller, just for variety. Because variety is the spice of life, isn't it? Let's line it up with the edge of there. The reason I don't make this out of cardboard is because I did that originally. I found I kept snipping the cardboard all the time, and then before long it didn't look the right shape. Okay, that's cool. Again, this doesn't bother me because it's not a finished article at the moment anyway. Right, let's just do the same on here with this. I quite like the fact that I've got variety of clippings on the corners. Oops, it's not lined up. There you go. There you go. And that's that. Oh, I like that. That ended up really nicely there. So let me just move that out of the way. Put that to one side so I don't stab myself with it. Get rid of the garbage off my desk. And let's just take that out. So as I promised, here is the template again for another screenshot. If you want all of the dimensions read to you again, just go back to the beginning of the video. I mean, this video's not even 12 minutes long, so just go back to the beginning, and if you can't read my writing, which is understandable, just make some note, grab a pencil and make the notes on it. So let's have one little look through. So postcard, these are all bases mine, they're not finished. Journal card, really liking that one. ATCs or artist trading cards. So I forgot to say that, I actually backed this with another 12 by 12 just so I didn't have to back them later. And then I've got myself 4 tags. So it's just another thing that will actually just add to my stash. So hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. It was a request, and maybe I'll do more of that sort of stuff in the future if you guys like it. I'll always make you a template if I have the time to make a template. But from me, I'm Ceri the Crafter, and I'm just signing off now. So it's Ceri, that's C-E-R-I, the Crafter. Until next time, bye-bye now.